SNL's Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi. Coming up on the left is a black Ford Cobra kit car from the recent reboot of the Knight Rider series with Justin Bruning. For the 21st Century Knight Rider, the voice of the kit car was Nick Rivers himself and uncredited Val Kilmer. Here's a Magnum PI red Ferrari from that series with Tom Selleck and some Back to the Future vehicles, Biff's car, and some vehicles from the 2015 as seen in 1989's Back to the Future Part 2, like that puffer-converted Edsel. Now from the future, we're going to go to the distant past with these Stone Age vehicles from 1994's The Flintstones. Here's some Fred Flintstone's car, Barney Rubble's car, and a sports car. Here's some customized Fast and the Furious street racers. Also a Gyrosphere from Jurassic World, directed by Colin Trevorrow. A 1941 Willys Coupe from Fate of the Furious. And Jurassic World not only smashed box office records, it also featured a rather funny cameo by a famous musician slash restaurateur. Yes? That's Jimmy Buffett trying to keep those margaritas from spilling while hordes of pteranodons attack his restaurant Margaritaville. Universal City Walk here in Hollywood now has its own Margaritaville, which you can experience later tonight or this afternoon. And you have been warned about the pteranodons. Before Jurassic World, there was Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park trilogy.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Up ahead are some props pictured. Actually, I should have said before the Jurassic Worlds. Up we got some props, picture cars, and other items from those films to the right. A camouflaged Mercedes from the Lost World Jurassic Park. A boat from Jurassic Park 3, directed by Joe Johnston. We're passing through the gates of InGen now, and on the left is this Fleetwood RV Mobile Lab. Last seen dangling off a towering cliff on a remote island in a terrifying scene from the Lost World Jurassic Park with Vince Vaughn, Jeff Goldblum, and Academy Award winner Julianne Moore. But for this scene, the van was right here on the Universal front lot, and it was dangling from a parking structure which was dressed to look like a towering cliff. The dinosaurs aren't really attacking the boat or the van anymore. They're busy doing other things like, I don't know, attacking Arch Ram and spitting at us. Look out, everybody. It's a pack of angry spitting Dilophosaurs. You know, we thought the dinosaurs were extinct. It seems extinctions are only temporary here in Hollywood. We had Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom in theaters over the summer. Also, during the summer, you might have been watching NBC and watching episodes of Reverie starring Sarah Shahi. Speaking of which, we're heading down into Old Mexico, which became a virtual Chile for an episode of Reverie. An episode entitled Despedida. So there's an example of how the world is just around the corner on the back lot. We use these sets as a Chile for Reverie. These sets also were Tijuana for What's Love Got to Do with It? The Ike and Tina Turner story with Lawrence Fishburne and Angela Bassett. Black Panther's mom. Oh, by the way, did I mention that there's a flash flood warning in effect? Yeah, there's a flash flood warning in effect. Just FYI. The storm. Everybody grab your thunder buddies. We got some rain. This isn't too bad. I think we can handle this. Hey, wait, does anybody happen to hear a low rumbling sound off in the distance? On the left, a flash flood heading straight for the tram. Take cover. Okay, everybody, I was playing a trick on you back there. The rain is coming from a set of sprinklers above the tram. The flooding results from thousands of gallons of recycled water coming from tanks at the top of the hill.
You can't outrun a wolf, kid! Yeah, we'll see about that. Why not?
And here's the flooding effect in Big Fat Liar with Frankie Muniz, Amanda Bynes, and Paul Giamatti. Now, we're going to cross the border from Old Mexico into the Old West. Coming up on the right is a western filming area known as Denver Street, and on the left, 6 Points, Texas, being used today by students and the faculty at the New York Film Academy. Also, recently a showdown took place in 6 Points, Texas.
Jimmy Fallon.
Now look here. Nice folks in this tram don't want no trouble. They just want to check out 6 Points, one of the oldest sets on the Universal line.
I don't just swear John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart shot a few of their westerns.
That's right. That's where I aim to shoot you.
Looks like we got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Lucky shot.
Now what say you mount up and get out of town while we're getting good?
All right. Well, I'll see you again, Fallon.
Or you can count on it, fella. Now get.
Jimmy and Jimmy are going to talk it out, or Jimmy's going to talk it out. He's only one of the Universal Western stars who walked these streets over the years. There have been a few others. And our tour is now approximately at the halfway mark, so I just want to remind everybody to stay seated during the entire tour. The studio is private property, and if you drop your phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, pull the red cord to get my attention, and I will be back to assist you. But do remain seated on the tram. Now, back to this idea that the world is just around the corner on the back lot. We're going to be approaching a filming area known as Little Europe in a few moments. First, we're going to make a right here into James Stewart Avenue, coming off of Steven Spielberg Drive. Yeah, there's Little Europe where you see that kind of stucco church over there. The Little Europe sets, you're going to instantly recognize them if you are a fan of The Good Place. That's the main town square, and that titled The Afterlife location of The Good Place. Little Europe can also be transformed into nearly any country for filming, European or otherwise, by doing